Hello everyone, my name is Victoria McDonald. This is my Post Your Introduction assignment. Most people who know me call me Vicky. I'd like to be able to use this image as my profile picture, but in actuality I look like this. I'm married. I have a stepson who just started junior high a few weeks ago. I am an animal lover and I have a few cats and a dog. Originally, I am from the Northeast, particularly New York. But not this New York. This New York, upstate New York, about 2 hours north of New York City. For trivia's sake, my hometown was the first capital of New York State until it got burned by the British in the Revolutionary War. After I graduated high school, I attended college in Philadelphia, where I earned a bachelor's in fine arts in graphic design from the University of the Arts. After college, I had some miscellaneous jobs over the years. Eventually, I ended up doing product photography for an online sporting goods company. A year or so later, I moved to St. Louis, where I got married. I now live in a suburb of St. Louis, about 40 minutes from the Arch. Once in St. Louis, I got a job at Flight Safety International as a courseware developer, previously titled as Instructional Systems Specialist, where I have worked for the last 4.5 years. Flight Safety is a flight school that does training programs for a variety of aircraft, but primarily corporate jets. At my job, I primarily work on manuals, creating new ones and revising old ones. I also create and edit graphics and occasionally work on PowerPoints. I'm also the staff photographer, and I have done many photo shoots in the flight simulators. Very rarely, I have gone and taken photos of an actual aircraft at an actual airport, where the plane's bathrooms are nicer than my entire house. As far as my related experience to instructional design goes, I am a graphic designer. I have created a countless amount of graphics, schematics, and tables that have been used in all kinds of courseware. I have also created and worked on many PowerPoint presentations, though ironically this is the first one that I have ever created or presented for myself. As I previously mentioned, I have worked on many manuals. I created a new style for the pilot training manuals, or PTM, and I have created 2 PTMs in this style, one of which is 200 pages and the other is 300. I am currently writing a specification for this style to be used by others in the company. I have also been involved in working groups for the company where we test out new possible versions of courseware, particularly interactive manuals. I'm also an avid user of Adobe programs and am constantly looking for new ways to use those programs. Also, my department is extensively involved in revisions of older courseware, as well as a constant exchange of information with SMEs while creating and working on such courseware. As far as my personal aspirations go, I'm always trying to improve and evolve as a person, which is one of the reasons why I'm going back to school. I'm a strong believer that it's impossible to know too much. I would also like to be more involved in personal creative projects at home, but I often don't have the time. I guess another personal aspiration would be for me to have better time management with my me time. For professional aspirations, as I said before, I am extremely passionate about learning new technologies, particularly with Adobe products. I am always eager to be able to do more. I would also like to be more involved with the process of creating the courseware, as far as having more say in what happens and when it happens and the process surrounding it. Right now, even though I end up making the physical product, I don't have much influence on the decisions being made regarding that product on a higher level. I'd like to have that influence while still being able to make the courseware without having to make a shift into management. The instructional design competencies that I envision using in my current position or future positions are: number 1, to communicate effectively in visual, oral, and written form. I feel I do this now. I create graphics and other visual aids that are used in courseware. I do a fair bit of grammatical proofreading in my work because attention to detail is extremely important. I could do better with my oral skills though, as I am generally extremely shy. Number 3, to update and improve knowledge, skills, and attitudes pertaining to the instructional design process. I recently convinced my company to purchase a virtual ticket to the Creative Pro Week conference, which is basically access to a library of video presentations from the conference. The conference is all about Adobe programs, especially InDesign, Photoshop, and Illustrator, but there are also 2 full days about presentation design and PowerPoint. My department has viewing sessions to watch these videos. The videos are packed with tips and tricks for these programs. There were also a lot of references to instructional design concepts such as chunking and better ways to present information to make it easier for students to learn. Also, in order to justify the expense to corporate, I had to write a report about the videos. This could be considered analysis of the training and, like it is stated in the instructional design competencies, an attempt to disseminate the work as a foundation for future efforts. Number 9. Analyze the characteristics of existing and emerging technologies and their potential use. I look forward to hopefully modernizing the courseware of my company with new technologies in the future. Number 10. Use an instructional design and development process to appropriate for a given project. Hopefully in the future I can be more involved in this process either in my current position or a future one. Number 11. Organize instructional programs and/or products to be designed, developed, and evaluated. This is something else that I hope to be involved with in the future, especially after learning more about instructional design in this course. Number 12. Design instructional intervention. I feel I already do this by creating graphics and other courseware, but I look to improve upon it and learn more about it. Thank you for listening to me and my poster introduction assignment. If you would like to contact me, you can email me via my Gmail address. Thanks. Talk to you later.